Hello, my wonderful grade 8s. It is Thursday, April 16th at 4:24. We are currently in the middle of my office hour, but I thought it would be helpful for you if I came on and just kind of explained what I was writing about in your classroom. So when Mr. Crew and I posted our first set of English assignments last week, uh, we we thought that you could download the charts and add to them as we progress through the novel. It turns out that's not the case because it's all together as one assignment. So once you hit submit, you had to submit everything. And those charts cannot be done until the end of the book. So for tomorrow, hit submit, and I will only be looking at the chapter questions. And then what you'll do is you'll copy the work that you did this week in your charts, and you will just paste it into their appropriate locations. So what we've had to do is we went in and we made the character chart, which is where you build on character traits for each character you encounter, and you haven't even met all of the characters yet. And on top of that, the whole point is so that you can see a lot of character development, how characters change. You might even be acknowledging things you thought at first, but then now you think something else, particularly with characters like Dally. That would be very significant. And of course, you can't do that with only 3 chapters. So the expectation is that as the weeks progress, you will be continuously adding to those charts. The same thing goes with the gangs chart, where you are looking for similarities and differences between the greasers and the socias. And there's so much that unfolds there. So it's similar to the characters, and what you see at the beginning, some of that will become more heightened, some of that will expand, and some of that will change based on the plot points that develop. So of course you're just going to add to those bit by bit. I'm sorry if it sounded or seemed like you had to finish all of those. I had written at the top of each of them that you were to add to them as the novel progressed, but I don't think that was clear for all of you. So hopefully this clears that up. We are still trying to figure out this whole online learning piece. So yes, so for tomorrow, your goal should be to submit that set of chapter questions for 1 to 3. We will be posting your next set of chapters on Monday, and that will see you through the next 2 weeks. See what I'm saying? So try not to rush through it or feel like you have to put in, hours a day for English. You certainly do not, and that is not the expectation. All of school is supposed to be a couple hours a day. So we will try and give you the appropriate amount of work to do in that amount of time while still keeping you interested in the book, because if we drag it on too much, you might forget what happened in earlier chapters, if that makes sense. But listening to the book is quite relaxing. I quite like the audio version of The Outsiders. Much better than if I were reading it to you. So that's where we are. And I've already had a peek into some of the responses. They look very thoughtful, very good. And that's it. So I hope that makes everything more streamlined and more clear for you. And I can't wait to see your first set of responses. Okay, so again, I'm going to be giving you feedback in the form of comments on your Google document, and you should get a notification when I've commented on your work. I've already been doing that with some of your social studies work, or the pieces I've had submitted so far, letting you know how well you're doing, the types of detail you're putting in. But you all know, what makes a thoughtful response. Okay, I'll leave it there. I'm baking bread right now. It's very exciting and it's almost done. So I will see you in a bit, and enjoy the nice weather when it's here. It's going to be here really soon. Okay. Bye, class.